It's like the first day of school in the NASA Rallycross Challenge. We have new faces in new places, and some drivers are making their debuts. But the two big questions are, will Evan MacFarlane be able to make it 2 championships in a row? And who will come out on top in contenders now that Cody Crosgrove has bowed out of NASA? We'll find out together tonight. The 2024 calendar year for the NASA Rallycross Challenge commences this evening. The Norwegian Grand Prix is next. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Lånkebanen, opened in 1987. North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting this circuit in 2020A. 0.63 miles in length with 7 corners in total, 4 to the right and 3 to the left. We jump past turn 1 into the Joker decision and turn number 2. Hugging driver's right to avoid the bumpy dirt on the way to turn 3, down the hill through 4 and 5, and we watch out as our drivers are searching for the precious inside curve of turn 5 to get grip through the entire corner. Up the hill to turn 6 to a blind apex with the wall on the inside. Perfection is required here not to end up in the grass on driver's right. Rounding the corner of 7 over the start-finish jump, and that completes a lap here in Norway. In NASA Rallycross, our format is as follows. Our field is split equally into 5-lap heat races with 1 Joker lap. The top 2 transfer to the feature automatically. Winner gets 3 bonus points, and the runner-up gets 2. The rest of our drivers are sent to the semifinal round. Also 5 laps with 1 Joker. The top 2 transfer to the feature, and the winner receives a bonus point. This sets the grid for our 10-lap feature race, where the points are awarded and trophies are handed out. And unique to NASA Rallycross, 2 Jokers are taken during the feature. The 30th season of the NASA Rallycross Challenge commences tonight live on the Automotive Sports Network. With Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, and 2022A Contenders champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the comment rocks. My name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to the 9th running of the Norwegian Grand Prix. The NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland, going on 2 years of partnership with NASA Sim Racing. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Our coverage on ASN tonight also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 67% off a 2-year plan with 3 months free, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Thirdly, cameras for tonight's broadcast are brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. And finally, our intro music was produced by Alex Abetti. We'll also want to mention our Contender Series presented by Virtual Gaming Alliance. Thank you, Dylan Thomas. If you remember him from the EMSA series that we covered about a year ago, we got more details on that one soon. We come into the first round of the season, Justin Robichaud. Like I mentioned in the opener, no Cody Crosgrove for the Contenders field, and the brawl that is the albeit small 4 supercar entries. We got a kid named Kieran Lifflander making his debut later on. I am so excited to watch him versus Evan MacFarlane. How are you? And we're here, baby. Season 30.
Woo! I'm excited. This is another season, 2024. We're hoping is going to be a huge one. Like you said, the sign-ups may be a little low, but the prize money is still the same. These drivers are still fighting for, in my opinion, like the pinnacle of Rallycross, NASA Rally. This is our 30th season, baby. Let's go. It's starting in hell. What a place to be. I'm very excited to be here, Josh. It's a great track to open up. Out of our norm, but so happy to be here.
As taking a look in practice, as we're having a little bit of a longer practice for the first round of the championship. Jess Rakowski, 37.030. Matthew Lindy, 37.094. And then it looks like it's going to be a brawl for third if we go off of practice times. Josh Darnell, 37.7. And Chris Wetz, like we mentioned every single show, all 30 of these seasons that we're debuting tonight, he has raced in at least one race for the past 12 years, the man from Texas. Actually dropping down the order. It looks like these guys gaining more speed as the track rubbers in throughout practice here, Justin.
Yeah, I agree. And hell is a fantastic track, even when it does rubber in. It's a track that a lot of people commonly overdrive. You gotta underdrive this track a lot. You gotta be real gentle here. These hairpins are so misleading. You really want to try and be fast, but being fast is being slow and smooth here at Hell. It's such a technical track. One of my favorites, Josh. I have thousands of laps here, and I can't wait to do more all the time. It's one of my go-tos for practicing. So technical, like I've mentioned before. A lot can be learned here about not overdriving these supercars because, it's 600 horsepower. It's a lot. They're all-wheel drive. They pull in a weird way, and they're very, very, very easy to overdrive, Josh.
Like I've mentioned to so many members of our community regarding the Beetle Light, even that car, you want to drive these cars with an eggshell under the gas and the brake. Be so very gentle because it's so easy to step over that cliff and be really slow. I was going to say some naughty words, but of course we are on air here. Jess Rakowski, Matthew Lindy, Josh Darnell, the top three. Want to give a shout out to Paige Morton making her debut in the National Rallycross Challenge tonight, and Maddie Morris, who has moved over to Slapex Racing. Remember, he was with Squadra Stunzede last season, longtime teammates with Russell Peterson, the two gentlemen from Illinois. Russell is bowed out along with Squadra Stunzede for the moment. Hopefully we get Russell back. But Maddie Moore has moved over to Slapex Racing. And I'll tell you what, Justin Robichaud, Slapex Racing, I'm looking at my spreadsheet. They have 6 cars in supercars, and I think they have 7 in lights. What is happening with the squad from Pennsylvania?
Unbelievable. Slapex is growing incredibly fast, and they're just a great group of people. I don't want to sound biased. My dad's one of their team members, so just a fantastic group of guys. I get together with them all the time, and we race just random stuff on throughout the week. And Nürburgring seems to be the go-to at the moment. I'm starting a little series on Facebook with my dad, just a little shootout where we race random cars against each other at the ring. It's a lot of fun. The Slapex guys, they have a special place in my heart. Matty Grove, longtime member and a very huge contributor to NASA as a whole, and we're gonna get to see them be on display tonight here in the Contender Series, Josh.
So a lot like last season with the supercars, we are transferring. It used to be the top 3, and while I hate to say it this way, while we experience some growing pains still with people moving and people disappearing and whatnot, we are going to transfer the top 5 out of the feature later on to go against those 4 supercars. And Robbie Kirtley, Francois Martel, Evan MacFarlane, and Kieran Liftlander, some of the toughest competition that you'll see on the dirt road rallycross discipline here on iRacing. It's going to be fascinating to watch. Just a couple programming notes before we roll into qualifying here in Hell in Norway. We do have the 3rd round of the OSRL GT Series. That is Thursday, March 21st at the Sebring Raceway in Florida. You'll have Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck. Not sure if you, Justin Robichaud, or Cody Erdmann, or both of you are going to be next to me in the commentary box, but I think I'm going to make Cody race since he surprised everyone last week in Daytona Beach. You'll watch that on 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ASN Live on Thursday. The 2nd round of NASA Rallycross Lights will be next Sunday, March 24th. Victor Valley in the production truck. Jared Lott alongside James Watson for that one. And I surprisingly won yesterday. I'm telling you, genuinely, I didn't expect to do that yesterday. And our next round for the 2nd round of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge next Monday, the 25th. That'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern in Knock Hill. Bryan Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, myself, Josh Mertz for that. And if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. And if you'd like to race, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. We begin qualifying 3 laps, lone qualifying, and qualifying one of the most intense aspects of NASA Sim Racing, as it's just you and the track. 2 outlaps, remember.
2 outlaps here too, especially. And Hell is one of those tricky tracks where you mentioned it. Qualifying is very tough. I find you go in practice and you have some great times, you hit qualifying and you go, wow, you kind of humble yourself a bit. And Hell is one of those tracks. It's very easy to do that. There's 2 very slow, almost, they seem like an eternity, those 2 warm-up laps. You cruise around the track and give yourself some time, to overthink things. And it's really going to be the top end of the drivers, the cream of the crop that are going to come out at the top here in qualifying at Hell. But really, it's funny. Qualifying position here, very interesting, because those can almost argue the people with that outside line, the ability to joker on that first lap, are almost at an advantage, Josh.
As I was looking through, I agree with you, looking through my spreadsheet, the only driver to win a seeding round that is here tonight is on screen, Jess Rakowski in the 999. She won the last seeding round in Indianapolis, and I remember the pace that she had on the field that night. Will it transfer over tonight in Norway. She begins her qualifying run, or actually begins that first warm-up lap, it looks like, in the 999. Actually, this is her first qualifying lap in the 999 for JC Simsport. As I'm just taking a look to see who's on a lap. Josh Darnell, Ed Boyles, Matthew Lindy. Going to be interesting to see what the KES cars can do. If Matthew Lindy can transfer up to supercars, that'll help his teammate Evan MacFarlane and him in the Constructors' Championship. Vinny Sowers has spun at the bottom of the hill in turn 5. Times are beginning to roll in now. Lindy will cross the line, be the first time across the board, unless it didn't count. Just have to wait and see. Boyles, 38.6. Darnell, 37.9. Rakowski, 38.2. Times begin to roll in here, Justin.
Yeah, they're starting to roll in. A 37.9 from Josh Darnell, that's a very respectable time. A 37 is awesome here. I would expect, 36s, maybe some really high 35s from some of our aliens tonight later in the Super. So a very good job there as he seems to hold the spot. We got Jess Rakowski coming in with 38.2.
Remember Darnell? Paige Morton in her first start, 38.3. Remember, Darnell took the fight to Cody Crosgrove in that decimating season. Lindy goes P1, 37.4. Darnell had the pace over Crosgrove in Iowa last season. We thought he was going to win that race until the final lap. So keep an eye on the 029. And happy to announce, we are actually streaming live in Micro Center. So hello to everyone that might be passing by and watching us there. Super exciting. So Matthew Lindy, Josh Darnell, Jess Rakowski, the top 3 currently. Morton, Boyles, Dubois, Sowers, the remaining cars to set a lap. It looks like Grove sets a lap time 39.4 for the former Contenders Series champion. Lindy, 37.6. His run is over. He does not increase his time. Darnell, 37.9. Rakowski done with her lap. Wetz, 38.1. For the man from Texas.
Place. Jumps into third there with that time, and that's fantastic. Dethrones Jess Rakowski, sits her in 4th place with Paige sitting in 5th. Time from Jake Robichaud coming in with a 38.8. He's good for 8th. The only person to not set a time on the board now, and I just, as I said it, was Matthew Grove, and he puts in a 39. A 38.9. He improves again just as I'm speaking. So all our drivers putting in a time tonight. That's fantastic, Josh.
The Contender Series champion from 2023B, Matty Grove, sits 10th, but he still has this lap left, the man from Pennsylvania, in the 472. Matty Morris in the 24. I'm just taking a look through the field. I think everyone else is pretty much done with their runs, it looks like, so I think it's just down to Grove. Morris crosses the line. Does he increase or improve his time, I should say? He does not. He does. Moves him to 8th. I apologize. I was having internal stream issues here. So
you're fine. You're fine. Sometimes the timing's a bit strange, but he jumps up to he gets dethroned there to 9th, actually. Wow. Quite the feisty field tonight here.
With 11 cars, this will split into 2 heat races, one of 6, one of 5. And then we'll run those 5 laps. And it's well known here, Justin. You want to take the Joker immediately if you're on driver's left. If you're on driver's right, take the regular course. You don't want to cross.
If I'm on the grid in hell and I'm on the right side in that grid, I'm genuinely disappointed. I want to be on the left side. I want to have a shot at that Joker at the first. I want to file in behind everybody, get that slow lap done when everybody else is on a slow lap. And then file in behind. We've seen drivers like Magnus Okenhaug use that strategy and come out with dominant victories at the end of heat races and secure victories and features. So, I want that left side, Josh, wholeheartedly.
As another driver missing from this season, Magnus Okenhaug, he stepped aside to do some formula racing. We wish the Norwegian the best. This would be, of course, his home race that he has won in the past. And technically speaking, the only Contenders winner of the Norwegian Grand Prix is Cody Crosgrove. And I'll admit live on air, I haven't gone through my giant spreadsheet to figure out who technically won when we had the classes together when we used to have sportsmen. So that's on me. I'll have that fixed for next week. And Josh Darnell and Paige Morton using this a little bit extra track time here, Justin, but every second counts.
Yeah, it does. Every second counts here, especially at a track like hell, such a small course, 37-second times. And a lot of that time is gained by being not aggressive, but but very precise, especially in turns 4 here, Josh. And that hairpin, riding that curb is very difficult. But a lot of time gained there, a lot of time lost too if you make a mistake as we grid up here for heat number 1.
Our grid for the first heat of 2024A. Matthew Lindy, Chris Wetz, Paige Morton, Maddie Grove, Maddie Morris, and Vinny Sowers. The nerves are getting to me always before every first heat race of a season, but especially we're going on 12 years. And obviously, both of you.
I feel it for them, Josh, sitting at the grid. I know how they feel right now, grabbing onto that handbrake and taking your breaths. I feel you. I feel you. Let's go.
It was like that yesterday in the lights race, and even more so tonight. And of course, we have a long night ahead of us, and we wait for Paige Morton on grid here.
Just one driver left, and once they hop on, we'll get the lights going. There they are, and we'll take it away, Josh.
6 cars, 5 laps, 1 joker for the first heat race here in hell in Norway. Green flag off the line. Lindy gets a better start in the first phase than Wetz. Down to the first corner. Side by side, it was Morton versus Wetz. Who will joker on the first opportunity? Morton does. Maddie Morris does as well. The other 4 go through the regular course, through the dirt between turns 2 and 3, and down to turn 4. So bumpy, so tricky to get that apex down the hill. Lindy sideways before the corner in the dirt, and it's so crucial to hit that curb. Contact with Sowers, and around it looked like was Grove, Sowers was around with Grove. So put the 365 back to 6th.
You're right, and that's a tough spot, that first lap when everybody's getting down in that tricky section. I talked about it before, turn 4, it's always so difficult, but with traffic, especially difficult, Josh.
No joker from the top 2. Maddie Grove, contenders champion. I'll mix that one up all season long. Takes the joker, battling Paige Morton in the 99, and Morton holds the spot. So she took her joker on the first lap of the race. Maddie Morris as well. So the teammates, the 2 Matts, Grove from Pennsylvania, Morris from Illinois, battling for it is the 4th spot. Grove hits the wall on the 472.
Oh, and a little bit of contact there, and you're right, the joker on the first lap I think is going to be a great decision there from Paige, and already sitting in 3rd position, and a great, honestly, building a bit of a gap on Matthew Grove already, so just sitting very good for a podium position. It may not be a transfer at the moment, but that's P1 in that in the semifinal, and that can be crucial in a spot like hell.
I am amazed, and I say this way not to disrespect these guys. Lindy is already drifting miles before the corner, and he's in a contenders race. I cannot wait to see what his teammate MacFarlane and Lifflander are going to do. They're going to be drifting down the entire straightaway to make turn 5 as we take Absolutely. 2 laps to go. Lindy leads ahead of Wetz in the 71. They have not jokered in the 3 and the 71. Morton has, of course. Grove has. Morris has, and Sowers has. He got that contact with Maddie Grove.
Yeah, so Matthew Morris, he's running this turn 4 very nicely. You say he's getting turned early, but he's almost doing it like the pros do. The pros, in my opinion, are using that double bump to really manipulate the weight transfer in the car and get the car turned early. But you want to be over-rotated very early because
radio style. I think we're having some issues with Bryan Sawyer's feed, so we'll pick it up here. Matthew Lindy down the hill, turn 3, down the hill ahead of Chris Wetz.
very shortly. Seems to be a problem with I would say telemetry. Cars are dropping off. It's just he's got scenic cams only. So we'll iRacing doing this a lot to us lately. We'll get our grid set up right now. I can read it off the ticker if you want, Josh. Basically, at this point, we've got Joshua Darnell, Jess Rakowski, Eric Dubois, Ed Boyles Jr., and Jake Robichaud lined up here for heat number 2.
Think we are back now, Brian, if you've got me.
Getting there.
And heat number 2 getting ready to go, and I'm just gonna act like that we're here. So Darnell, Rakowski, Dubois, green flag. Off the line, Boyle's got a better jump than Darnell. He's got nowhere to go. Down to the first corner. Dubois jokers in the 000, 999 of Rakowski battling 029 of Darnell. Surges mid-corner, side by side. Darnell takes the spot. Rakowski mounts the curve. Nearly contact between them. Darnell holds the lead. Down to turn 5 for the first time. Boyle's in the 3rd spot. Rakowski sneaks to the inside of Darnell. Here comes Robichaud in the 69. Closes the door on his teammate Boyles.
An incredible move there, and right into P2. I know he hasn't taken his Joker yet, but just very, very incredible. I still think he can hold a podium here, even if he does take his Joker in the next couple laps. Holding a very solid spot in front of Jess Rakowski. Jess Rakowski, a very solid driver here, especially at Hell. Very, very strong. She's gotten super fast here. As Joshua Darnell just checking out absolutely. He's just gone entirely. Making his way out.
Okay, I think I'm back. Sorry, I
interrupted. You're good.
Definitely.
No problem. Hey, it's fine. This is Joshua Darnell's race to lose at the moment. Seems to be a battle back here for second and beyond.
So
essentially 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, is a battle.
White flag for Darnell, Rakowski. Dubois contact with Robichaud. And Jake Robichaud just slammed the back of the 000, trying to make it to the Joker. Apologies for the little growing pains there. I am now back. I know they say I was here. I didn't hear anything. I don't know what was happening. Welcome to ASN, where I tried to take over.
We're all good. We work on the fly here. Hey, you know what? That is live broadcasting. That there's
Darnell interrupting, winning heat number 2, pretty much uncontested from what I could see. Jess Rakowski transfers as Boyles, Dubois, and Robichaud, best of the rest, to the semifinal.
Yeah, and a little bit of a Joker problem there with Robichaud, and that contact seemed to take almost all of his momentum away. Drops him back to the end as he files in right in behind Eric Dubois. Great little race. Joshua Darnell, just in his own galaxy, took that one away from a very, very solid field.
Now, semifinal time here in Norway. Paige Morton, Ed Boyles, Maddie Grove, Eric Dubois, Maddie Morris, Jake Robichaud, and Vinny Sawers. Another 5 laps, 1 Joker.
And Paige Morton, like we said earlier, with that pivotal P1 position in the semifinal, this could be a very, very interesting take. I can't remember now until they start to file in here if P1
green flag in Norway for the semifinal. Boyles blitzed Morton down to the first corner. Grove and Boyles take to the Joker. They make contact in the Joker. Morton leads as she took the regular course. It is a TWRS Slaypex race, except for Vinny Sawers and Paige Morton here in the semifinal. And top 2 transfer to the feature. Nearly contact with Dubois and Sawers, and Boyles has disconnected from the server. I'll try and take a look off monitor to see, but Morris powered his way past Vinny Sawers at the bottom of the hill. Sawers was all crossed up. Morris off the track in the 24 at the end of the first lap. Paige Morton leads, Justin.
Paige Morton has a solid lead here, Josh, and actually, despite the first lap Jokers, I think just taking the regular course is going to be a huge benefit for Paige, as Vinny Sawers takes to the Joker here. An excellent Joker, I might say. Very great, but Paige has an excellent lead over Eric Dubois here, coming down into turn 4. Very pivotal turn, and seems to take it very well. Basically, cracking under pressure will be the test for Paige now. And can she hold it, Josh? Can she take it the rest of the way against a solid field?
Contact Robichaud and Grove in turn 6. They come out in front of Maddie Morris. I'll tell you what, these 3 Slaypex Fords are squabbling amongst themselves, and this is allowing Morton and Dubois to pull away. Just an update on Ed Boyles. He clipped the curb down the hill in turn 4, crossed up, ran off the track, and parked it in the 38. So let me get a Joker rotation here With coming to 2 laps to go, Morton and Dubois have not jokered. Grove has jokered. Morris has not. Sowers has. Dubois has not. So it's going to be compelling when the joker rotation. Robichaud has spun nearly in turn 5 at the bottom of the hill. We take 2 laps to go for Paige Morton in the 99, making her debut in NASA Rallycross tonight. Trying to pull away the driver from Michigan, Eric Dubois from Maine, and Maddie Grove, contenders champion from a couple seasons ago, 2023B, holds the 3rd spot. So, do you think that Dubois or Morton have the delta over Grove, Justin?
I think so. Like, Eric Dubois, it's really going to boil down to can he not make a mistake? Hell, the track very prone to mistakes, especially in turn 4. The curbs are very high here. Like they're quite jarring. The car can get hooked up very easily, and your race can end in a fraction of a second. So, really, at this point, I think as Paige jumps into the Joker, is she going to come out here? Eric Dubois follows her. Maddie Grove's going to come out. She's going to tilt. She's going to hold it. She's going to hold it over
Matt from Dubois, and Paige Morton holding the race lead in the semifinal. Dubois on the outside looking in right now. Sowers on the outside looking in.
What a race. And Eric Dubois still has a joker left from my timing screen, so he could even potentially lose the spot to Vincent Sowers, who's just sitting there waiting for that position to jump in 3rd. I know we're talking about, we're not talking about a chase for a position here.
Morton, Grove, and Dubois jokered on that last lap. Wow. Sowers.
I thought there was one more.
Morris.
I thought there was.
And Robichaud.
Wow, there was a lot more urgency than we let on, but what a great race from Paige Morton in her debut. Just a fantastic transfer.
We've already had
this
some
fireworks. This is going to be a fantastic feature race. Oh my goodness, Josh, this is super clean. I'm excited to see what we have here.
We're going to step aside for just a couple moments. We'll take a picture-in-picture on the Automotive Sports Network, and at the other side of the break, we go racing in Norway.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap. Clog is the inside line. MacFarlane contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Ronnie's going to hold his spot.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level.
We welcome you back to the opening round of NASA Rallycross Contenders presented by Virtual Gaming Alliance here at Lånkebanen at Hell in Norway with Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck and 2022A Contenders, gonna say sportsman champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz. It has been a crazy night per normal with NASA on ASN where we just figure things out as we go. The NASA Rallycross Challenge brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problems, our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Coverage on ASN tonight brought to you by NordVPN for up to 67% off a 2-year plan with 3 months free. Visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Thirdly, cameras for tonight's broadcast brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. And finally, the intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abedi. Couple programming notes before we get rolling. OSRL GT Series Round 3, this Thursday, March 21st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll have Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, myself, Josh Mertz for that one. It has been scintillating the first 2 weeks of that championship. Second round on NASA Rallycross Lights, Sunday the 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Victor Valley, Jared Lott, James Watson for that in Knock Hill. And our second round for the NASA Rallycross Challenge, Monday the 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, myself, Josh Mertz for that one. Give me a quick prediction for this contenders round, Justin Robichaud.
Ooh, I don't know. I think Matthew Lindy's got a solid shot at it. I think Josh Darnell has proved that he can be a contender here, so I'm excited to see both of them jump in a feature together. They were a bit separated. But great field here. I think Jess Rakowski has a shot. It really just boils down to, are these drivers going to make a mistake? And who can capitalize on it. It's funny, I just watched Matthew Lindy make the exact mistake I was about to mention. Turn 4, those curbs, you ride it a little bit too hard and you get overturned. Matthew Lindy just got succumbed to that in practice. So drivers who are a bit too aggressive might fall to that. So it might just boil down to who's a bit conservative, but runs a good race, Josh.
So we are finishing up this warm-up session. Matthew Lindy, Josh Darnell, Jess Rakowski, Chris Wetz, Paige Morton, and Maddie Grove. And remember, the top 5 out of this race will transfer up to the supercars in just a couple of moments to battle Kieran Lifflander, Evan MacFarlane, Francois Martel, and Robbie Kirtley. So don't go away after the checkered flag falls here, as we still have an entire second race to go. At the end of warm-up, Lindy 0.4 of a second up on Darnell. And let's just confirm that grid before we go green. Matthew Lindy, Josh Darnell, Chris Retz, Jess Rakowski, Paige Morton, and Maddie Grove. 6 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers in NASA Rallycross fashion. And grab your hard hat, grab your glasses, grab your gloves, make sure you're wearing cut sleeves, whatever PPE you need, as we are getting ready for the first round of NASA Rallycross Contenders in Norway. Green flag off the line. First phase, they were equal. Second phase, they were not. Lindy got a great jump compared to the other front row. Rakowski followed him to the joker on the first lap. Contact it was between Rakowski, Darnell. Darnell gets shoved out wide. Wetz and Grove joker. Lindy, Rakowski, Morton, and Darnell do not. Down the hill, through 4, through 5 for the first time. Making a couple car lengths. Lindy is hogging the curb to rotate the car. 1 car around, it's Darnell. Bad luck again for the driver from Maryland, coming out in front of Morton in the 99. I think he's going to get a slowdown. Lindy utilizing the curb down the hill to rotate the curve, and they hit the cones, according to Bryan, so our stream might be a little broken at the end of the first lap. Matthew Lindy leads.
Yeah, so some things seem to be like when drivers are hitting the cones, it seems to be there's something to do with the sim. iRacing's kind of killing the, but Matthew Lindy with a huge lead over here. Paige Morton actually was the one that gave Josh Darnell a bit of a shove out of the way and gave him a slowdown there. So I don't know if there's some animosity, but Joshua Darnell riding really close to Paige, Jess Rakowski in tow, that second position as they drop down in, round the final corner, single file.
Lindy begins to pull away. If we have some camera flickering, we'll try and take your radio style, of course, as we're dealing with the iRacing technical issues. This is a battle for the second spot. Morton and Darnell, Rakowski jokers. Her strategy is now going to be completed. Lindy, no jokers yet for the driver from California. Morton, no jokers. Darnell, no jokers yet. Wetz completed his. Interesting, he didn't joker on the last 2 laps of the race, which historically he would. Side by side, battle for second. It's Morton versus Darnell, and Darnell completes the pass on the outside, going into the final corner.
What a move, Josh. Build a bit of a gap here on Paige, and
jokering is Morton in the 99. Lindy still no joker. Darnell still no joker. And like we said, we'll just have to...
Oh, she's going to concede a position to Rakowski here. She's going to file in between Jess Rakowski and Chris Wetz. Moving her way down into turn 4.
Third spot. Darnell had a couple of issues in the 029. I don't suspect once he takes his jokers, he will stay there. And Lindy's going to begin the 5th lap. We're going to come to cross flags halfway home next time around. here in Norway. And Grove hanging on to the back of this pack. So Grove, Wets, they have jokered. Morton took one. Let's see, Rakowski took both. Darnell exits the joker on his first rotation. And I think Rakowski's going to get him on the second rotation unless something catastrophic goes wrong. Lindy out and away on a Monday drive all by himself.
Right, but
and Darnell holds the second spot.
Behind them from second right on back to sixth. This is literally a single file line, Josh. These drivers are so close. Any mistake is going to give anyone an opportunity here, and I know cameras are a bit messy. It seems like we're great now, and you can see that final corner right over the crest here in the final the finish line. This is a lineup you want to see. All these drivers here seems to have jokered Josh, except for Matthew Lindy.
Lindy still out front. Darnell has not taken his second joker yet, so Rakowski, Wets, Grove. Morton has taken her second joker and has fallen to the back of the field. She is currently the only car not sitting in that transfer spot right now.
And all these drivers now, except for Joshua Darnell, I think if he takes his joker, he's going to file right in behind Jess Rakowski, who's holding right on behind him in tow. That'll finish his strategy. Paige Morton falls to the back of the line. One more joker will probably bring her back right to the end.
Darnell jokers in the 029. We take 4 laps to go for Lindy. Darnell exits. He comes out behind Wets in the 71. So the man from Texas currently on the podium here in Norway. Then it's Darnell, Grove, and Morton in the back of the field. To put it into perspective, the gap is 10 seconds. Or sorry, 8 and make it 9 from Lindy to Rakowski. Lindy in his own zip code as we take 3 laps to go. Ahead of Rakowski, ahead of Wets. Wets way wide, battling for third, over the dirt. Rear end jumps around. Darnell looks to the inside, fastest lap for Lindy. It's a 37.3. He begins to take his strategy. We still have a side-by-side battle for third. Wets ramped it over the start-finish line there, and then Darnell took the spot back. So Lindy, 37.3 to put it into perspective. 38.0 for Rakowski, 41.3 for Darnell, but that was a joker lap. 38.4 for Wets.
He's still way off, Josh, and Matthew Lindy is still, even with one joker, he's way and away our winner here, barring any mistakes. So
2 laps to go.
Jess Rakowski sitting very good here with 2 laps to go. It's this battle for third, Josh. Very spicy. There's 3 here involved: Joshua Darnell to Chris Wets and Matt Grove, and it's anybody's
Lindy
battle.
exits. No contest for the man from California. He comfortably still holds the lead. Rakowski still holds second. And I cannot get over how that car, number 3, is rotating down the hill for KES Industries. And Josh Darnell tried to rip the curb. He got it halfway. You want to stick the left rear on the curb. The only tire to do so, and he is holding it. He's catching Rakowski. He was 2/10 up the last lap. White flag for Matthew Lindy in car number 3.
And he's doing very good. That picture of consistency, you called it. And he went over immediately to his camera, and he nailed that corner, Josh. Just a fantastic recovery. Great drive all around from all these drivers. Matthew Lindy, he's finished his strategy now, and the true delta's formed, and he's not quite far ahead as Jess Rakowski as we had initially thought.
Lindy,
great line here,
has had some terrible luck last season. So many crashes, so many misfortunes, but it's not going to happen today. Matthew Lindy becomes the 41st driver to win in Contenders. He wins in Norway ahead of Jess Rakowski and Josh Darnell on the podium. As Wets, and it looks like Maddie Grove, best of the rest, to transfer up to Supercars with Paige Morton in 6th, and Lindy celebrates in car number 3.
And the donuts have come out, and this is my favorite thing to do after the end of a hell race, and we'll try and get our three finishers in here for a very quick interview, and we'll call it out. Supers is coming up very soon,
so we will. Promise I know what I'm doing. That's the wrong channel for Jess Rakowski. And let me see. We've got Darnell. Just trying to find everybody here. I'll tell you what. We will bring in Wets And I think our graphics are broken too. Welcome to NASA
Ooh,
on
yeah,
ASM.
I guess they are. It looks like Wetz is our winner there. Josh Darnell drops to the end, maybe on a penalty. Interesting. I did not see that.
So I'm going to bring in Jess Rakowski and Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Jess Rakowski, really quickly, walk me through that race. I know we have another one going on. So what was going through your head here, Hell? You're
Unless
muted, by the way.
She's muted.
Hey, I've been there, done that. Don't
worry. Could you repeat the question? Okay. Yeah. So, I think things went pretty well in the heat race. I mean, I didn't. I think that I think I raced better. I think I had better lines. And then during the feature, I was just struggling in turn 5, struggling to get the car to behave the way I wanted it to. It kept wanting to understeer out, and so I couldn't really get the advantage of hitting that curb. But in the end, it worked out. I might start taking more jokers early at this track based on that outcome. So.
Definitely a good strategy. So, do you think you're ready for the next race?
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty ready. Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Let's do it. Perfect. Thank you, Jess. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, see ya.
Race winner, the 41st driver to win a NASA Rallycross Contenders race. Matthew Lindy, Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Matthew, very quickly, I just you were checked out most of the race, but what was going through your head?
Just had to stand on business and just run a very careful race. That grip strip going into 4, I think that corner can definitely catch you out there. It caught me out in warm-ups, and I heard over the stream, Justin, you saw me do it. Good thing the cameras weren't on me, but yeah, no, just had to drive a very clean and careful race and not over push it too much.
Dude, it showed. Thank you so much. Anybody you want to thank real quick before we move into that next session where you get another shot?
Yeah, and I want to thank my team, KES Industries, Evan MacFarlane. He's been helping me out a lot. KES's sponsors, Pit Viper Fluid, Logic OMP, True Speed, Milan, all the guys there. And yeah, thank you guys for putting this on.
Right,
sounds great.
We'll let you go. Make it quick. Registration's about to close.
I got you. Yep.
So we're going to step aside for just a couple moments, and on the other side of the break, we go racing for supercars here in Norway.
So interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by
it.
side between these two in a terminal. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. MacFarlane contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Over in the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Robbie's going to hold his spot.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Two anyway, so we're good.
We welcome you back to the first round of the 30th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge here at Hell Lånkebanen in Norway. Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, 2022A Contenders Champion Justin Robichaud alongside me. My name is Josh Mertz. Up in the commentary box as we are rolling into qualifying. And normally we'd have all of our ad reads, which I might have a little bit of time as we do have those two warm-up laps. The NASA Rallycross Challenge brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problems, our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Coverage on ASN tonight also brought to you by NordVPN. For 67% off a 2-year plan with 3 months free, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Cameras provided by Whiplash SimCams, and our intro music produced by Alex Abetti. So, these are the big boys. Justin Robichaud. No fixed setups. Everybody can run their own car setup. I took a look on monitor. Rakowski has spun on her first qualifying lap, and the duel between car number 1, Evan MacFarlane, and car number 20, Kieran Lifflander, it is beginning. 36.705, 36.773 between those two kids.
And I think we're counting out one driver, and that's number 12, and Francois Martel. I think once he gets a time in here, we'll see him in those 36 as well. And there you go.
He sets the first lap time in qualifying. We don't want to forget about our former series champion, and he is the winningest driver in the modern era of NASA Sim Racing. And you're saying, what modern era? Well, we have been around since 2012. And he's 5th all-time on the wins list with 16. Cody Erdmann, 18. Chris Wetz, 20. Philip Cross, 24. Myself with 40. But all 4 of us have won most of our stuff when we were on NASCAR 2003. But Francois setting the records here on iRacing for sure. Lap times beginning to roll in. He holds that lap time. He is Looks like 0.8 of a second up on Lindy. No lap time for MacFarlane or Liftlander yet. As I say that, Kieran Liftlander, P1, 36.686 for the 17-year-old from South Carolina.
Wow, and takes it just by a smidge. And 36, I said that was going to be the time to be. And there it is. And those drivers so dedicated. 36 is such a difficult time. I know my best, like my absolute best, Josh, is a 36.9 under like best conditions. So I think this is going to drop a bit as the session goes on.
MacFarlane was on his first, actually it was his warm-up lap. I stand corrected.
That warm-up lap, so tricky, Josh, so tricky.
If you're new to NASA Rallycross, Evan MacFarlane will have a red banner. He is the defending champion with car number 1. In the opening round of the season, defending champion comes in with car number 1. You'll notice in contenders starting next week, the contenders driver will have a blue number banner, the points leader there. So MacFarlane beginning his second warm-up lap, I should say, and he's the only car to not set a lap time. Kieran's got 1 lap left, final corner for car number 20. I know we were out on board MacFarlane, but we're taking a look at Liftlander across the line, 36.9. He has not improved. His run is over. Martel's run is over. Everybody else making their lap times, and Justin Robichaud, Evan MacFarlane beginning this qualifying run.
Evan MacFarlane, he's one of those drivers you want to keep an eye on. He's so consistent, runs absolutely so many laps in the sim. He's a driver you want to model yourself after. He's gonna set the pinnacle here. Once he gets those laps going, I don't doubt he'll be in the top 3 at the very least.
Was it invalid? I don't know if you saw that on your monitor, but I saw him clip the wall.
I missed
up
it.
The hill.
If it's a 0x, he might be fine.
Through turn 7, rounding the front. Yep, that was for sure an aborted lap. He's got 2 laps. He ran into this issue. I can't remember what race it was last season where he had to run all 3 qualifying laps to get one in the books.
Like I said, this lap, so those 2 warm-up laps are so they're very hard on your head, Josh. You have to be very focused. Not that Evan MacFarlane isn't, but here he comes in a very good lap. Turns, beautiful turn 4. Oh boy, there we go. And he hits those cones. We're talking about the cones affecting the stream a bit, but very smooth down the hill, Josh.
Final corner. He's trying to beat a 36.686 from Liftlander across the line. MacFarlane goes 36.669 by 2/100ths of a second. It's pole position for the defending champion. And what did I tell you, Justin Robichaud? This is going to be a battle tonight.
Unbelievable, Josh, by 2/100ths of a second, and he's not done yet. It looks like he has one more here in the pipe, and he's riding the curb so clean, Josh. He rides it so great, gets the outside line, clips the cones a little bit.
Time for us. Final set, just a way over rotated, stays on the track.
Still clean, Josh.
Will he improve on his last qualifying lap, crossing the line for the man from California, 37.0? He does not. It does not matter. That is pole position for Evan MacFarlane for Heat 1, Justin Robichaud.
What a fantastic drive, Josh. And he almost let us sweat a little bit. He waited to get into the sim and run that out. Almost to put it in at the end. He knew we were waiting for it. And what a fantastic run from Evan MacFarlane, and we'll see if he can hold on here, Josh. Doesn't look like he's going to be racing against Liftlander in the heat, so that's a bit of a breath of fresh air, but he's got Francois Martel.
Let me tell you, do you remember the shorts? First of all, Jess Rakowski has been killing it with the shorts all throughout the offseason.
100%.
She created 3 of them. Remember Wild West, when those two, when they were teammates, were dueling back and forth and ebbing and flowing. And the OSS Racing Division, I don't want to get into the politics of it, Justin Robichaud, you know a little more, but OSS Racing Division, not here. So they are not teammates anymore. This first heat race is going to be scintillating. And Evan, I know we didn't take a look at it, but Evan had the left rear on that curb. That is how you get around turn 5. Incredible.
Unbelievable. I was holding back yells, Josh. I didn't want to clip my mics too much, but it was just an unbelievable drive from Josh. And to give you a bit of insight on OSS, yeah, I did approach many drivers, and you know what? I'm not the kind of guy that's going to get upset. There was a lot of people that had some prior commitments. I'm not going to be the one to take away something from another sponsorship. Some people wanted to run their own flags. And Evan said he gave KES the go-ahead prior to my messaging, and that's okay. You know what? And OSS won't run this year, and I'll try and get a team going for the second half of this year. Josh, we only had 4 signups. We'll make that. We'll change that later in the year. Just a fantastic event. Can't wait to get this going.
As I'll say on stream, we did have, I think Kieran went off track in the final corner on his warm-up lap, which technically would be illegal, but I'm gonna claim that because we had some growing pains through this first round. So let's take a look at our grid for heat number 1. It's Evan MacFarlane, Francois Martel, Matty Grove, Chris Wetz, and Robbie Kirtley getting ready for this first heat race this evening. As we just await to have cars on track, as I don't see any Justin Robichaud. I'm not sure about you.
No, I saw Martel.
And there we do.
You said that. Some drivers coming on, and that's the nature of that 2-minute grid time. Drivers have a bit of a time to get some gloves on, make sure things are all set and tidy. As everybody except Matthew Grove right now, just one more car to pop off, and we're about ready to go here as he jumps on the grid, and we're ready to get it going.
Number 1 for the 30th season of NASA Rallycross Supercars, the Cars Squat. We get ready to go here in Norway. Green flag. What a start from Martel compared to MacFarlane. Down to the first corner, shuts the door on his former teammate Grove. Currently Joker rounding the first corner. Martel leads MacFarlane, and that was not... we joke in the script. We thought MacFarlane would have pulled away down the hill for the first time. Car length and a half, maybe make it 2. Into turn 5 for the first time. Martel misses the curve, side by side. They bang doors around. The defending champion goes from the lead.
And he's around, and that is such a difficult position, Josh, to be in. Like we mentioned, in traffic, just a bit of a nudge can set you off already. It's hard enough to ride that curb without being so glued to somebody, and just a bit of contact sends Evan MacFarlane around, and that could be the story here tonight, Josh.
So let's get a reset. Martel, Wetz, Kirtley, Grove, MacFarlane. MacFarlane Jokers, and I'll tell you what, keep an eye on your monitor at Evan MacFarlane over the next 4 laps. I think it's going to be a tall order for the California kid to do it, but if there's anyone that can do it, it will be defending champion MacFarlane to try and sneak into that transfer spot as Martel leads.
It can definitely be done, Josh. This field size is small enough where he can squeak himself in there. At the very least, he can give himself some good position in the semifinals and give himself a shot at it later on. He's the type of driver where you give him just a few laps, and he's going to be able to take advantage of it, especially at a track like hell. So we watched Francois Martel take quite the gap on Chris Wetz at the moment. Robbie Kirtley holding on to 3rd place, and this race, Josh, already heat 1, very spicy.
Kirtley very deep into turn 5. He's ahead of his teammate Matty Grove, and like I think I had mentioned, TWRS is now powering Slapex Racing. So Slapex has 7 cars and a title sponsor, and it's great to see the development of the Slapex Racing boys as we take 2 laps to go. Martel leads. Wetz takes to the Joker now in the 71. Martel has yet to Joker. Wetz comes out in front of Kirtley, and I think MacFarlane, that might he's probably too far back. He hasn't made any ground up on Grove.
No, but he's
stuck. Sorry, Kirtley on Wetz. Door banging, and the 024 takes the spot on Wetz.
And there's no attempt to save that at all. Unfortunately, just didn't quite get it. And Chris Wetz now back of the pack. We're talking about Evan MacFarlane not making a move. I mean, there's a gimme right there. So he's right on Matthew Grove. He just has to grind it out for a couple more laps. It's not going to be much.
Martel, former champion of the series in 2023B, 16 wins all-time in the modern era, 5th all-time across Pioneer and Modern Era. Rips the curb, slides it, saves it in the 12. Getting so greedy. I'll tell you from running yesterday, I know he's about to come to the race win, but I'll hold my thought. Martel will cross the line to win heat number 1 ahead of Robbie Kirtley, who will transfer. And it looks like it's going to be best of the rest for Grove ahead of defending champion MacFarlane and Wetz.
Wow. What a little battle there. And MacFarlane, not much ground made up there, but I mean, it's something. Given what happened, I mean, you have to come out You have to come out okay with that.
So I'll tell you, and this is coming from someone who drives the Beetle Light, not the supercars anymore, but it is even terrifying in the light. You're on these curbs, and this track is different. The curbs are rippled, so if you're driving a Logitech wheel, you're going to hear click, 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 click from the force feedback, and it is so hard to maintain any grip on that curb. Liftlander, Lindy, Rakowski, Darnell, Heat 2 in Norway. Green flag off the line. Liftlander, great start in the first phase and the second phase. Closes the door on Lindy down to the first corner. Darnell and Rakowski Joker. Lindy does not. Battling Liftlander mid-corner. Tried to close it. Can't make it happen. Liftlander holds the spot.
Wow. What a little battle here already forming. 2 and 2, Josh, basically. So Kieran just holding off Lindy right now as they get into that pivotal corner, and Liftlander just makes the move, gets the gain, sets the gap.
Way off on the racing line is Liftlander. Saves it through turn 6, rounding to end the first lap. Kieran Liftlander in car number 20. Matthew Lindy 2 car lengths away from the 20. And Lindy does not joker, and Kieran does in the 20. Rakowski versus Darnell. We talk about it all the time. This is for best of the rest. If they don't transfer, third will be outside pole. And Rakowski nearly closed on Liftlander there.
I mean,
but he holds the spot. Clipped in the curb.
That's that Joker strategy, Josh. I mean, the gap's already basically closed, and Lindy still has a Joker to go. So Jess Rakowski here holding on, still has a chance in a race where there's a lot to lose.
I just want to give a shout out. We had about 10 to 15 viewers through the Contender Show. We are peaking now at about 20 to 21. So thanks to everyone who is joining us on the Automotive Sports Network. Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, Josh Mertz along for the ride tonight for the first round of the 30th season of the NASA Rallycross Challenge. And we are watching Matthew Lindy hold the lead over Kieran Liftlander, but Lindy has not jokered in car number 3. And I'm going to take a look at these lap times. Last lap for Lindy was a 37.700. Liftlander crosses the line. Lindy ran a 37.2. Liftlander 36.9. Rakowski 37.8. Darnell 37.3.
Still a bit of time left, quite a bit of a gap. So if this just continues on, it'll just spread even more. So this race a little bit fizzled out. Joshua Darnell is really the only one in a position to make a move on Jess Rakowski here, given a mistake. But, anything can happen here. I don't want to commentators curse anybody. Matthew Lindy holding the lead right now. Very good lead over Kieran. All it takes is one mistake.
And Lindy will have to joke unless I missed it. I apologize if I did miss it.
He does. He's got one joker left.
He has to joker now.
And here he goes. He's going to come in behind Liftlander for sure.
Hold this. Will Rakowski get it? They're going to be side. Nope. Lindy holds it.
Easy thread in there, but Kieran Liftlander with a solid lead now after that, and just an easy transfer, Josh.
And this is crucial because MacFarlane has to go to the semifinal, and Liftlander will be on the front row of the grid here in Norway. Final corner, and Liftlander's going to do it in his debut in NASA Rallycross, winning heat number 2. Lindy will transfer as best of the rest. Rakowski, Darnell. And I thought there were 5 cars. I promise I know what I'm doing. So, just like that, it is semifinal time here in Norway.
There we go. Wow.
Grove, Rakowski, MacFarlane, Darnell, and Wetz in the top 2 will transfer through. And I think Evan's in the best possible spot as we took a look at the grid there. MacFarlane can just joker first lap and not worry about anybody else.
Agreed. And I think that's what he should do and what he will do, Josh. That's the smart strategy. He's a fast driver. I think he'll do that and make some passes at the same time and just really take a padded victory here. But that's just my prediction. And that's based off of, historics as we light him up here.
As Wetz gets on track at the last possible moment. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Got so close so many times for championships, but Wetz in the 71 in 5th. Getting ready for the semifinal. Green flag in Norway off the line. MacFarlane first phase. All three of them were pretty equal down to the first corner. He will joker. Wetzel joker. Rakowski battles Grove. Door banging into turn one. Darnell sneaks to the inside, and Rakowski surges mid-corner to take the lead. Darnell on the rear wing of his fellow Ford Fiesta driver. And at the bottom of the hill, Rakowski, Grove, Darnell, MacFarlane, and Wetz. We ride on board Darnell in the 029. Justin, describe what's happening in the 029 right now.
Oh, this 020, I'm very, if I'm Joshua Darnell, I don't want it. Oh my goodness, a bit of contact there. That's what I want to be avoiding, Josh. I don't want to be too close. You have to be very familiar with a driver like Grove if you want to be driving that close at a track like hell. Very familiar with the braking zone, as Evan MacFarlane just barreling down behind him and just poised to make a move, Josh.
So, Rakowski, Grove, Darnell, and MacFarlane, and these guys have not jokered, and MacFarlane is there in
That's
car
right there.
number one.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter. Now it's tricky because you don't want to get caught up in the traffic, but you also, you know you have the pace, you know you have the delta, but if these guys make any mistakes, we talked about last season with the debut of the separate class, contenders' mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And a track like hell is really difficult to pass on, Josh. Not a lot of opportunities. It's a very closed-out track.
Rakowski changed her mind.
Overturns. Oh, it gets in front of Darnell there. I don't know if she changed her mind or made a mistake on her cornering,
and they both
but
make contact in the Joker.
And it just gets worse and worse and worse, and the seas have parted, so to speak, for Evan MacFarlane, as his person in front now is Matthew Grove running up the inside, already applying a bit of pressure. Josh, this is a bit. Oh, and we talk about getting spicy. This has got a whole bunch dashed into it now.
Coming to 2 laps to go. Grove has to joker, and words are hard. That's the first time I've said that this season and tonight. And I don't know. Let's take a look. Try and take a look from high above, Bryan. Where is Wetz in relation to Grove battling for the transfer? Wetz takes it over the former contenders champion, and we've got a lap and a half to watch this battle for the transfer, but Wetz pulls away.
And this is the one we want to look at, Josh. Chris Wetz is going to be holding off Matthew Grove. Evan MacFarlane
just by a bit. Grove hits the curb. Car length between them, but Grove struggled through that dirt there, Justin.
And Wetz gets the great run off. It's all really about that diamond pattern. You want to get a good drive off there. It's a tough corner, even if you don't get the curb run. It's very, very tricky, Josh, as they're still just Matthew Grove just still hanging on, catches him in the braking zone in turn one.
MacFarlane on the white flag lap. To put it into perspective, 37.5 for MacFarlane, 38.1 for Wetz, 41.5 for Grove. That was a joker lap, and I think the man from Pennsylvania might be on the outside looking in of this supercar show. MacFarlane up the hill, down the hill. Red plate holder is the defending champion. Had a mistake in the heat race, but he gets it back in the semifinal. MacFarlane wins. Transferring will be Chris Wetz, our 6th and final seed this evening in Supercars. Best of the rest, 7th is Grove, 8th Darnell, and 9th Jess Rakowski.
And Matthew Grove coming in with the congratulations through the chat. But Evan MacFarlane, I mean, we talked about it. It was almost a gimme that he would come in and win this race, but to do it in a spectacular fashion and just to get it done on the board officially, congratulations, Evan, and he moves on here tonight. So. Rightfully
For
so.
the final time tonight, we're going to go side by side at the other side of the break, the feature race in Norway.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by
it.
side between these two in the turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap. Clog at the inside line. MacFarlane contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up Benny to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like he's going to hold his spot.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way,
We welcome you back to round number 257 of the championship overall and round one of the unbelievably 30th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge here in Norway with Bryan Sawyer in the production truck and 2022A Contenders champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Just a reminder, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you, Rob Hartland, for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Cameras for tonight's broadcast and for the entire season on the Automotive Sports Network brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, and our coverage on ASN tonight also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 67% off a 2-year plan with 3 months free, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Our intro music produced by Alex Abetti. And just a reminder, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. We do have the stream Sunday, Monday, Thursday, which I will conveniently go over in a moment. And if you'd like to race, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. I'm going to do this live on stream. If I go to server settings in Discord and I go to members, once I find it, we have, let me see, 472 people a part of our server. It is a wonderful community that we have built. I didn't even know if you knew that that's how many people that we had
I don't think
in
so.
our community. So nasasimracing.com. Any and all are welcome. I want to mention that now. We had a stigma for a while that no pros were allowed. Anybody, I don't care who you are, just come and race. We've got a place for everyone to race. The next couple of broadcasts on the Automotive Sports Network. The third round of the OSRL GT Series. That'll be Thursday, March 21st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll have Bryan Sawyer. Let's just call it Justin Robichaud and myself, Josh Mertz, as I'm pretty sure Cody Erdmann has been lost to the GTP cars after that incredible display last week in Daytona. We'll see if Lincoln Larson can make it 3 in a row, and if Austin Diltz can try and get another victory after Christian Oquendo won that race in GT3. NASA Rallycross Lights, the second round, March 24th, next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ASN Live. Victor Valley, Jared Lott, James Watson for that one. And our next round for the NASA Rallycross Challenge, the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge. That'll be next Monday, the 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, starting with contenders and going to supercars. Bryan Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, myself, Josh Mertz for that. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds until we begin to grid. Justin Robichaud, give me some predictions.
Hey, I think it's going to be Evan MacFarlane. I don't mean no disrespect to Francois Martel whatsoever. Love the guy to death. He would have been my first pick for a teammate at OSS, but I think Evan's going to take it just by a bit. Maybe it depends on positioning in the grid, like who gets the Joker first. But if maybe one of them has a huge IQ play, like Francois Martel's the kind of guy that has a giant IQ, maybe he'll purposefully hold back a little bit to give himself some better position at that first lap Joker. But I really think it'll boil down to that in and of itself. But between the two, my money is really going to be on Evan or Francois.
You're going to forget about Kieran Lislander, though. That's my question.
I'm not super familiar with Kieran. Like I've raced with him in some officials, don't get me wrong, and I don't discount his abilities whatsoever. He's got to prove it to me, I guess, but I won't discount him. I would love to see a Kieran Lislander come out and win a super
on debut. I want to mention on debut.
Unbelievable. That'd be unbelievable. Let's do it. I'm down for anything. NASA's my baby. Like just like you, man. Like if we're gonna have some history here tonight, let's do it. I'm down for it.
I don't have the list of names anymore. I've lost track on how many people that have won on debut, but it is a group that contains, I know, Elliot Porterfield way back, the first round of the championship in 2012. David Kerkorian did it in 2013. Marwan Mafta in 2018. I believe, don't quote me, but I think Magnus Okenhaug did it in 2020 as well. So many different names. If I tell you, and of course I won't go all the way into my stat book, but I think there's about 250 people that have raced over the last 12 years, and only a select few have won on debut, so that is what is hanging in the balance. For the young man from South Carolina, Kieran Lislander, we focus on Francois Martel, champion of the series in 2023B. Like you mentioned, winningest all-time in the modern era with 16, fifth all-time on the wins list, as MacFarlane is tied with Brandon Lambert, the inaugural champion, and Magnus Okenhaug for 16th on the wins list. And Lindy won the contenders race. Wetz on the wins list, third all-time with 20, but he has not won since 2018. And I mean no disrespect for the man from Texas, but he is from the contenders division that we have, and the KES teammates having some fun here at the bottom of the hill, Justin. We talked real quick. We talked during the break, at least I think it was during the break. Evan was practicing turn 5 over and over and over again to make sure he doesn't make that mistake again.
Yeah, to hit those cones. Are we talking about right now?
Yes.
Yeah, hitting the cones, yeah. And just crazy to watch during a session, just to make the adjustment and try to change the line a little bit just to benefit just the stream. It's fantastic.
Grid 4, the Norwegian Grand Prix. Francois Martel, Kieran Lislander, Robbie Kirtley, Matthew Lindy, Evan MacFarlane, and Chris Wetz. Magnus Okenhaug won here in 2020A. Jake Robertson in 20B. Bo Albert, 21A. Connor Parisi in 21B. Luke Krause in 21C and 22A. And Francois Martel in 23A. And last season in 2023C. Who's going to add their name to the record books to the first victory of the 30th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge? And I'm sitting up in my seat because Justin Robichaud, this is going to be scintillating. 10 laps, 6 cars, 2 jokers, and we wait. I'll tell you what, historically, Kieran Lislander will grid at the last possible moment. Does that all the time in officials. Thanks for joining us on the Automotive Sports Network as we get ready to go green in Norway.
Here we go, Josh, and another great heat, or a great feature about to start.
We go green in Norway, off the line. First phase, it was Martel and Lislander. Lislander has cleared him, crosses like Schumacher, down to the first corner. Kirtley and Wetzel, Joker, the 4 supercars, the 3 plus the contender Lindy, rounding turn 1, down to 2, down to 3. Lislander leads over Martel and MacFarlane, and Lindy technically points leader in contenders. Down the hill to turn 5, Lislander hits the wall, opens the door for Martel. Here comes MacFarlane, we're on the curb, side by side, Martel halfway, pulling up the hill, contact, nearly they don't! Up to turn 6, rounding turn 7, Lislander puts it middle of the road to block him. At the end of the first lap, it's Kieran Lislander leads, here comes MacFarlane on Martel, and we're side by side for second, Justin Robichaud.
Oh my goodness, we're side by side, are we ever? And Evan MacFarlane gives Francois Martel a bit of a nudge to let him know he's there. Oh, does he ever? A great little joker it is. Gets a great line off. Files himself
I don't know if
in
that's going to be a slowdown
behind.
for him. We'll just have to keep an eye. He was way over the curb in the 12.
No slowdown. No slowdown for him. Oh, wait, there is a slowdown.
He
He did get one, and he had to slam on the brakes to get rid of it. It's gone now, but that's a huge one. Huge one. Sends him. Oh, that has to send him very back, Josh. That's a very painful mistake to make.
Into the second lap. Liftlander leads. MacFarlane in second. Wheel spin off of turn 7 to try and catch the kid from South Carolina is the kid from California. Jokering MacFarlane in car number 1. We talk about it all the time. Car number 1 it adds some weight to your car. It's a very heavy plate. And Liftlander leads in the 20. Francois lost 2 seconds, according to Bryan Sawyer, with that slowdown, Justin.
Ouch, and that's a huge loss here at a track like hell with only 37 seconds to go. Lindy smacks the wall a bit in the 2. Leaves a bit of a door open for Evan MacFarlane, but it's quite spread out. It's spread out here, Josh. It's spread out. There's not very many battles going on at the moment.
MacFarlane jokered. Liftlander jokers. Where is Lindy? Where is MacFarlane? Lindy is going to come out battling Liftlander, the teammate to MacFarlane. This is crucial. Lindy, contact nearly. They're going to squabble. This is going to help MacFarlane for the race lead, potentially. Lindy block passing the 20. Team orders, potentially, with the 3 versus the 20 for the 1 of MacFarlane here. MacFarlane already took his first joker. Lindy's got 1, and I'll tell you what, if I'm MacFarlane, I'm on the Discord saying, don't joker again. Hold him up.
Yeah, hold him up for sure. And with Francois Martel just sitting there, just foaming at the mouth, waiting for an opportunity, you have to wonder what's going on here. And Matthew Lindy has to be.
Inside.
Oh, it's holding up. There's a bit of a nudge.
MacFarlane's here. This is going to be scintillating. Lindy slides it into turn 5, clips the curb. Last lap, MacFarlane 37-1. Lindy 38-0. Liftlander ran a joker. Couldn't tell what the regular course lap was, but there's no delta between these two, and there's still a joker left. If I'm Kieran, I'm jokering now. Why are you sticking behind the 3 when you know his teammate's there? Lindy jokers.
There he goes.
MacFarlane nearly ran to the back of Liftlander. He follows his teammate. Martel jokers. His strategy's done. I think that's the worst thing that could have happened if you were MacFarlane.
Oh, I have to agree there, Josh. And Kieran's almost got a bit of a run now. I know he has. Did he just?
He's around to the 20 from the race lead.
Make a mistake. We talked about it so much tonight, Josh. He gets back into it, but he's
passes Liftlander to second.
Still gonna lose it.
Now MacFarlane's strategy's done.
A bit of a nudge there, but
laps to go in Norway. Lindy leads. MacFarlane's strategy's done. Liftlander's got a joker left. Lindy's got a joker left as well.
Wow. And Evan.
Sorry to cut you off, Justin. I cannot stress. I can't stress enough to the people that are watching that aren't too sure about Rallycross and iRacing, right? It is so hard to maintain the left rear tire on this curve, and Liftlander does it again. He is pushing
to Francois,
trying everything he can to take the race lead, and it happened again. 3 laps to go for Lindy.
Oh, and right there, I hate to wish bad luck on a driver, but he's really proving my point that turn is so tricky to get. The consistency and those high curbs, they're very difficult to manage. Jumps off into the joker, Josh.
Martel could not get second. This could be a 1-2 for KES.
Wow, it could be, but Francois Martel is very hungry here for a pass, Josh, on Matthew Lindy.
He's coming to 2 laps to go. We talk about, kind of jokingly, how the number 1 plate is a little bit heavier, right? Francois Martel did not have the best of seasons as defending champion. He lost the number 1, put the 12 back on the car. He's got some good luck.
Lindy has to take the joker at some point in the next couple laps.
Lindy's strategy's done. Lindy's strategy's done.
Did he finish? He did finish it. I missed that one on the last one.
On the road. 4 seconds, 2 laps to go for MacFarlane.
So everyone's done. It has to be done on the track here, Josh. Let's see what we can do.
So we ride on board Francois Martel, the French-Canadian, battling for the second spot on the podium, and Matthew Lindy trying to get a 1-2 finish for KES Industries. MacFarlane will come around to take the white flag.
And this is
Liftlander, I think, again, back to 6th.
Ouch, an unlikely battle for third and second, Josh, if you would have asked me about half an hour ago. Francois Martel riding the bumper of Matthew Lindy now, and Lindy is, I would not want to be him right now. I'm sweating for him. He's getting a little bit of a nudge there. Oh, wow.
MacFarlane nearly lost it at the bottom of the hill. Martel tried it, can't get it done. Lindy holds the second spot. Final corner. MacFarlane is tied with Hamlin and Okenhaug until now. He's now tied with Tanner Smith and Rafos. He wins in Norway for his 6th career victory. Lindy holds off Martel. It's a 1-2 for KES tonight in Norway. Currently, Wets and Leaflander, the remaining running order. What a race in hell.
Wow. Fantastic drive from Matthew Lindy. I can't wait to get him into the box and see if his heart rate is as high as mine is right now. Fantastic drive. Evan MacFarlane, our winner tonight. What a race today in Norway. I can't. They're bumping, trying to do donuts now. Those KES drivers, and rightfully so. What a
confirmation on those official results, and the 2 points leaders will hold the red and blue plates going into next week in Knock Hill. So let's try and bring in our interviews if we have them. We're waiting for Francois Martel. And I'm going to bring in our third place man, Francois Martel. Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Oh, what a race. I can't, I'm excited just to speak with you, Francois, to be honest, but talk me through your race tonight. How are you feeling with your performance?
Yeah, hello, Justin. It's been quite too long. Yeah, honestly, tonight it was a little bit rough. I played too much Baldur's Gate, and I couldn't have the performance that I wanted. But other than that, it was super fun to get a super fast start in the heat. But yeah, in the feature, I thought I had timed the Joker perfectly, because even though Evan was in front of me, I didn't have to brake when I took the first Joker. But unfortunately, I got a slowdown, and it really stopped everything, because otherwise it would have been a great result. But yeah, overall, take it and leave it. The first laps were super fun, I gotta say. Like 3 cars completely in sandwich. That was mega.
Oh, it was fun to watch, and we were also so disappointed to see that slowdown. I was thinking you were in a great position too until I saw that flag on the ticker. But great result tonight nonetheless. P3, that's still great here at Hell. So a good way to start the season. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Francois?
I mean, you guys first, because seriously, like, all what you've done with Discord and the league, it's even better. So thank you. Overwatch Specialty Service, really big thank you for sticking with NASA. And yeah, as always, you can get my setups on team watsonracing.com. Hey, they were 3rd place, which is not bad. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to improve. So
awesome. And the always humble Francois Martel, thank you so much today, and congratulations on P3.
Thank you.
Our second place man, Matthew Lindy, won contenders earlier on, and 1-2 finish for KES Industries. Justin Robichaud, all yours.
Matthew Lindy, your race in particular, I've been very excited to talk to you, because I wanted to know what it was like to hold off the likes of Francois Martel in Hell and pull through for a P2. Walk me through that.
Dude, like I said before, me and Evan just had to stand on business. I know he'll say it again. But dude, normally I'm just always focused on me being loose, not being tense, because whenever I'm tense, I make mistakes. But I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty tense right there. If I had a heart rate monitor, dude, that thing would be probably at 300 or something, dude.
I should have had mine hooked up, because I had like third party high heart rate for you. But yeah, talk me through that. Especially those last couple laps. That must have been crazy.
Yeah, that was stressful, really. Especially having Kieran on my rear end and then Francois on my rear end. Trying to look up at the rearview mirror to a minimal, not mirror drive. And man, was that felt good for both me and Evan. I mean, I'm losing my voice if it's a little bit hard to hear because we were just absolutely going wild. I mean, a 1-2 is definitely it feels very great, especially going from 3 cars to 2. Robbie, man, I don't know if you're watching this, man, but I love you, man. Sucks you can't make this season, but you know, Robbie's just the best, and again, Evan's also the best.
I agree, man. Nothing but great things for Robbie from me as well. Robbie's been a longtime member of NASA, and yeah, if you're watching this, man, all the best, buddy. Matthew Lindy, great job P2 tonight. Who do you want to thank? I know KES is one of them, but let's go through it, buddy.
Yeah, Evan, Evan, man, holy crap, dude. He's just been. I got him into this Rallycross stuff, and he's just grinded it more than I have, and it's gotten way better than me. It was cool to see someone you introduced get way better than you. It's really cool. And, I was not even. What's crazy was I was not even planning on running this series because we had pro qualies, and I was going to try and make pro qualies for pro fours, run tied into it. But since that was canceled, I'm like, hell, maybe let's run it. So, but yeah, no, just got to thank everyone on the team. Not trying to drag this interview too long, so I'll end it here.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Matthew, and great result tonight. And we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you for putting this on.
Thank you, Matthew.
I got one thing that I want to mention to this fine young lad, and then you'll have this last interview. But you were tied with the inaugural champion, Brandon Lambert, with 5 wins. And if I load up my spreadsheet, which, of course, in true NASA fashion, it's already done, you are now tied with Jakob Rafos, who, of course, you'll know from iRacing Rallycross fame, but also Tanner Smith, one of the pioneers in the series, with 6 wins, 14th on the wins list. So we talked about the number 1 plate being a little bit heavy. So I guess talk about talk about the heat race and then the race. Justin Robichaud, all yours too. I'm decompressing from what a crazy race you just witnessed.
You are fine, Evan. Wow, like it almost seemed like you had to fight your way into the feature, and then you come out with the victory. How does that feel? Talk me through that.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited, man. Like this, I haven't had a win this good in so long because I really had to work for it, and man, I'm just so happy because like, I mean, Matthew, he's done a lot. He's helped me so much, and Robbie and just KES in general. I mean, I'm so happy that KES could just be like we're standing on business this season. So I mean, I'm really
So
happy
great.
I'm really happy to see us like up there and just Matthew winning contenders. But yeah, dude, honestly, like. I wasn't really nervous at all coming into this race, but like just when the races started, I was just like out of my flow. Like I was like shaking a bit because it's like I'm like the number 1 guy right now. I gotta stand up, and I just in the
There's some pressure there for sure.
Yeah, in the quality lap, I mean, I didn't have the best lap. I think I could have gone faster, but it was still good enough. And heat race, honestly, I just butchered the start trying to do something new, and yeah, I just got too hasty because I thought this track is so hard to pass that I need to get by Francois. But, I kept on choking on that curb because I was not in my flow and just overthinking things. But, like, when that happened, I was like, all right, I just got to loosen up, man. And the LCQ just loosened up, drove like how I would drive and just managed my pace. And, yeah, man, I really fought through that. And, like, oh, I'm so grateful.
Yeah, that was the definition of perseverance, to be honest, especially in NASA, to pull through just a great all around drive tonight. And you're right, that turn 4, so tricky. The curbs are very, very aggressive. They'll swallow you up in a heartbeat. In my opinion, you managed them pretty well tonight. It seemed to take some other drivers and give them some misfortune. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Evan? Before we let you go.
Yeah, like when just before I thank everyone, when you're talking about that curb, man, it's so brutal. Like you got to perfect it, and it's just if you get on that curb a little bit too much,
You're
like,
around. I'm interrupting because yesterday I got bit by it so many times.
Me too.
You should
Every
see
day I
it's
practice
brutal.
this track. It's it's nightmare.
But you have
fuel,
to
for
do
sure.
that curb. You have to do that curb.
To be
Pinch,
fast.
inch perfect to be fast. Absolutely. Sorry, I just had to chime in there because I agree for sure.
Nah, you're all good. Like I managed to figure out something where I could get like 3 tires on, but and not get a slowdown, but it was like, I don't know, it's just like if you just slip out like one tire off, or if you're just not managing that curve perfectly, it will bite you. Like in the warm up, I'm
Right,
sure
it takes
you guys
you.
saw, like I was just
For
spinning
sure.
out and spinning out. I was like, oh, I can't push it that hard right now. But yeah,
Constantly testing limit for sure.
oh
Clear.
yeah, but I know I have to do that against these guys. But yeah, honestly, I just like to thank the Lord above. I literally, I was like, after that heat race, I prayed and I'm like, man, I'm gonna need a miracle for this to happen. And it just, I got super lucky. I just got blessed. Like honestly, like when Kieran spun out on that curb, I was like freaking out. Like my heart rate just shot up, and I knew Matthew. We worked some Joker strategy that really helped us. So I mean that pass on that Martel, I knew he had like an opening in his line there, so I knew it could pass him there, but I did not know it would be right there. But yeah, just the Lord above. I'd like to thank all my teammates. Robbie Lareal, he's not here this season, but he is the GOAT. He's taught me so much, as well as Matthew. He's really good. I mean, he's gotten a lot better, even though he's taught me how to drive these things. But like just KAS, we're standing on business, and just Fluid Logic, True Speed, Pit Viper, Marlin Sports, Milan, and yeah, just all those guys over there who sponsor us, and yeah, that's about it.
Fantastic, Evan. Go ahead.
Sorry. Also, you guys, I
No, you're
appreciate the show you put on, and I have a lot of fun racing here. It's always great to be like rushing after school to ride my bike and just look forward to a race with all these guys. So yeah.
Man,
I love that.
I love that. Thank
that.
you so much, dude. Thank you, Evan. Thank you for showing up every week and proving that dedication can win you championships, and go get it. And congratulations on that red plate going into week 2, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later.
Let's take a breath. As
wow.
In true NASA ASN fashion, I think our spreadsheet's broken, so we don't really have points. But the good news is the points are basically the finishing order, so we're all good there. So MacFarlane red plate, Lindy will have the blue plate next week. So if he's in a contender, well, he'll be obviously in a contenders race, and if he transfers up, he'll maintain that blue plate. So Martel, Kirtley, Wetz, Lifflander, and then don't forget Grove, Darnell, Rakowski, the remaining running order there. So Justin Robichaud, I'll get some final thoughts before I go through some programming notes and some sponsor plugs and close us out. What are your thoughts from tonight?
I can't formulate words, man. What a great opening to 2024. I'm so excited for round 2 already. It's gonna be a great year. Evan MacFarlane's already proved that you can be good, but you can have bad luck, overcome adversity, and still win a race. So to come in at hell, such a tricky track as it is, and have a crash, a bit of an issue, to come back in the LCQs, win it all. I think that just proves that Rallycross, you can have a problem, come back, win, and still bask in the glory and be the top dog at the end of the day. It's going to take a lot of work. These tracks are tricky, but wow, what a performance from Evan and KES Industries, Matthew Looney there in P1 and P2. Such a solid team victory from them, and like I said, just super looking forward to round 2. 2024 is going to be very bright, Josh.
As I don't know exactly how to say this. I don't want to say like nicely, for lack of a word. We wonder all the time, like, why is Rallycross participation so low in relation to like road and oval and whatever. And I'm not discounting the next gen pros, I'm not discounting the Formula 1 pros, whatever, that's pretty hard, but I'd like to think that this is the hardest discipline on iRacing because the cars are absolute monsters. You've got the roadside with the road, the asphalt stuff, obviously, then you got the dirt. It's just such a hard discipline that's why you get smaller fields, and it's just much more quality over quantity is the famous phrase. But it's
definitely
certainly
and
threw
racing
me for words are hard. Go ahead.
You're finding the racing is a bit argy-bargy too. We talked about that a little bit as well. So the discipline is totally different than road. You come in from a GT car and you run into these and you get a door bang, and sometimes it's a bit offensive. But in Rallycross, that's okay to an extent. Later in the race, that gets a little more okay. So the elbows out style is very fun in this. Super Spitfire. In my opinion, there's no more fun on iRacing than Rallycross, and I wish more people would do it. So if you're at least the least bit interested, we have a series for you. So hop in and come out, join our light series, and advance your way up to these incredible, hard to drive supercars. They might surprise you how difficult they really are. But you know what, we've seen road drivers come in and jump in right away, and if you can grasp that dirt shift, you can be very quick here. So good prizes up for grabs. NASA's the place to be. We're the longest running Rallycross series, so come and get it, baby. Let's go, Josh.
I'll put it to you this way before I promise I'll get to my closing statements, but our Lights League has 32 cars registered, and if it gets to like 40, we're going to have to split it. So we might be running 4 Rallycross series. You go back in time. You tell me 12 years ago when I had 6 guys that we'd have basically 60 cars on a weekly basis. I'd call you crazy.
Oh, it's amazing, and we have stuff on the horizon too. We have an SF Light Super Formula Light League like on the horizon, hopefully. So, but if you come to us with a plan, we'll make it happen. So let's close it out. Josh, it's been a fantastic one.
Programming notes on the Automotive Sports Network. Our next broadcast will be round 3 of the OSRL GT Series from the Sebring Raceway in Florida. That's Thursday, March 21st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bryan Sawyer production truck, Justin Robichaud alongside me. My name is Josh Mertz in the commentary box for that one. NASA Rallycross Lights, round number 2, next Sunday, the 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Knock Hill. Victor Valley in the production truck, James Watson alongside Jared Lott for that. Want to tell you guys, if you're watching, you are killing it, allowing me to not have to worry and drive, along with Bryan, I should add. Round 2 of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge next Monday, also in Knock Hill on the 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, starting with contenders and moving to supercars later in the night. Bryan Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, myself, Josh Mertz for that one. Just a reminder, the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge, messed that one up, welcome to NASA on ASN, is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problems, our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland, like I said earlier, for your continued support of NASA. It's going on 2 years, and a little bit from the heart here, off script. You, as a sponsor, saved us from closing up in 2022, and you as well, Justin Robichaud, all the work that you did to save us from that brink and develop and blossom this league. From the bottom of my heart, I say thank you every chance I get. Cameras for tonight's broadcast and the entire season on ASN, brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. Thank you to Andrew Gardinale IV. Hopefully I got the name correct. I'm trying to get all my names in my head correct, but it's been a frazzled day. Coverage on ASN tonight, brought to you by NordVPN for 67% off a 2-year plan with 3 months free. Visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. And finally, intro music for the world feed, produced by Alex Abetti. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on all social platforms. And if you'd like to race, like Justin said, we've got something for everyone developing in 2024. NASASimRacing.com. The checkered flag falls on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Jess Rakowski, Victor Valley, Jared Lott, Chad Irvine, Philip Kraus, Justin Robichaud, Cody Erdmann, James Watson, and Bryan Sawyer. My name is Josh Mertz. I hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge tonight from Norway. We congratulate our Contender Series winner, Matthew Lindy, and Supercars winner, Evan MacFarlane. And be sure to join us Thursday for OSRL at Sebring. But until then, so long, everyone.